Nate Hyatt here, creator of Conscience and Nonsense. Coming to you right now. Got a lot going on in the world. That's okay. Something occurred to me before I started doing this podcast just today. My humanity is not just in my weakness and my smallness in the universe. My humanity is in my resilience and my strength. Arriving where we've arrived through all of evolution. I do believe in evolution. Not a complete atheist. Also, not totally sold on the idea of sky person who controls the universe and ran around creating it in 6 days. But through evolution, we've gotten to this point because life itself is resilient. And we're seeing a lot of resilience right now in the world. And it's good to be here, good to be with you. I'm going to try to, not just try, there is no try, only do or do not, no try. I have spent so much of my life trying to figure out what Yoda really meant. I think that quote has found its way into business and sales and martial arts classes way too often, and I think it turned into a totally Western message of you just better do it or else. I don't think that's what it means to say that there is no try, only do or do not. I think I understand it better from the Taoist Lao Tzu point of view and the Buddhist point of view. There is what happens, and then there is what does not happen. So there is such a thing as an attempt. There's an attempt and succeed, attempt and fail, but there is that which is done and that which is not done. So, I don't know, I'm just going to follow the natural course of things. I think that no matter what's going on, it's important to keep moving. And that sounds so much like ableism and probably smacks of ableism, which is something that I'm wrestling with right now a little bit in life. Am I an ableist? Just because I have chosen to take an approach with my disability, my depression, my PTSD, my schizophrenia, schizoaffective. Am I an ableist just because I say, hey, I'm in the habit of getting out of bed, I'm in the habit of making the bed, I'm in the habit of taking action and doing things? Doesn't mean that I can work a 70-hour week and brag about my life and get 4 hours of sleep and not take my meds and not go to a psychiatrist or therapy if you need that. Doesn't mean that I can just, ignore the fact that I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Check out the website, ConsAndNons.com, which is also ConsAndNons, ConsAndNons.com. That will lead you over to the magazine side, which is ConsAndNonsMag.wordpress.com. We're working on it all the time. New comics, just put up a new comic today. Today is, not ashamed to tell you the date, today is March 8th, 2022. Not ashamed to keep track of time. Not a problem for me at all. Doing this podcast, doing videos on TikTok, you go to the website, you get the links to TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Still working on Facebook and LinkedIn. Instagram's up there too. Doing advocacy activism, sharing other people's videos, putting the message out there. Got into it with somebody the other day. Not going to go into great detail. They were apparently a fan, no longer a fan, according to them, of the comic strip. You know, whenever I get into it with anyone online, and get into an argument, you know, their big FU to me is, I'm not going to follow your comic strip anymore. Not that this happens very much, but sometimes, you know, it'll be mentioned in passing that, you know, somebody does follow my comic strip, because I'm a troll. And I comment on everything because I think that everybody needs to know my opinion. They don't. But I'm a troll, and I get out there and I'm trolling. I try to be a nice troll, but the other day I just couldn't help myself because a topic came up and something got said and somebody was trying to reason with someone else, and I just had to jump in there, and not gonna blame my mental illness. I just kind of lost control, and I was just like, here's where you can go and here's what you can do when you get there, you know. Hope you have fun. Not really. And this person's like, I'm not following your comic strip anymore. They basically said that my icon, which is Steve, who's in the comic strip, I guess he's an icon now. I've never heard him referred to in that way before. Maybe the meaning of that word changed. But my icon is a walking mentally ill. And they're sorry that I used drugs until I'm now mentally ill and crazy. So they painted a picture of this whole reality involving me and who I am, and I'm a nut job and a wackadoodle because I had an opinion, and I do wacky things from time to time. I do say wacky things here and there. From time to time, Nate. It's your buddy Nonsense here. I'm always with you whispering the wacky stuff in your ear that you ought to be saying. He listens to you way too much of the time, in my opinion. Pipe down, guys. Oh. So I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to carry on. But anyway, my icon, Stephen Jeffrey Cumberdale, the main character, sort of the main character, which is complicated in and of itself, but I do everything in a complicated way. Can't be normal. Why be normal? Don't be normal. Can't be normal. I'm sorry. All apologies. So sorry I can't be normal. My icon is my main character in my comic strip, Steve, is somehow a mentally ill loser who's drug addicted and crazy and out of his mind. And that's basically because that's what I'm also drug addicted, crazy, out of my mind, because I just did drugs until I'm a total slobbering nut job who owns 2 businesses and does a podcast and acts as a content creator, and I file my taxes, and I'm an advocate and an activist, and I have an online presence, and I know how to budget and save money and cook meals and mow the lawn, and I'm also a caregiver for my parents. But no, this person's reality, their reality and their version of me that they cooked up in their little head based on my comic strip and conversations online, whatever they got off of Facebook. Throw Facebook under the bus. Yeah. We've been trying to throw Facebook under the bus since it came out. Good luck with that. Now, whatever somebody figures out because they saw it on Facebook, that's reality to them now. So like Slim said, I am whoever you say I am. If I'm not, then why would I say I am? So that's who I am. I'm a drooling, mentally ill. I was an addicted, drunken, drooling, mentally ill, self-injuring, PTSD, property-destroying, handcuff, back of squad cars, back of ambulance, having seizures on the floor of recovery meetings, hearing voices out of my mind, thinking that I had died, and delusions, and so I can write about that stuff now. So I write about that stuff in my comic strip, and I'm an advocate, especially on TikTok. If you haven't checked out TikTok, go over there. It's not 100% healthy. Not everybody on there is healthy. You can't devote your whole day to it. I know it's addictive, but just check it out because a lot of good stuff is going on there. If you're an advocate, an activist, I know we don't always like to hop on the latest thing because reasons, but, hey man, if anything janky goes on anywhere in the world, it's because it's run by people. And people make mistakes, and people have problems, and people don't always get along. So, it's not that, blame technology or blame, the fact that it's later than it was 50 years ago, so it's not the good old days anymore or whatever. But check TikTok out. Stay involved. Keep watching the news. I know it's hard to. Turn it off. Take a break. Do turn it off. Take a break. Take your time. Make time for yourself. Absolutely. Of course, do that. Be healthy. Engage in self-care. But still pay attention. Because if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. And it's not just that you should be angry, but you should be suing for change. What does it mean to sue for change? Well, not just file a lawsuit. It means to sign petitions, to vote, to advocate, not act out, but advocate. Be active. Get involved in the messaging. Have a message. Share videos. Share content. Watch videos all the way through. Listen. Have conversations with the people around you. Talk. Listen. Grow up. Mature. Try to avoid telling people that they can shove it. I don't think I'm going to make friends doing that. Might lose some followers, which, kind of defeats the purpose of advocacy and activism. Some people aren't going to hear my message anyway. But, I do blame myself if I had an opportunity with a person to make a positive impact and then I ruined it because I got into a fight with someone. That's not smart. So I'm telling on myself, and I hate to have to block people, but I don't want to block somebody and then not realize that, I'm the one who blocked them. Well, maybe they said something, I said something, they said something, I said something, we argued back and forth. And at the end of the day, the last thing they said was just pretty hardcore, and I'm not going to trump that by saying something more hardcore. I'm just going to let it go right there, and I just, shove on, as my cousin used to say. Shove on. Bye. See ya. Don't wish any harm. Just stay over there. Wherever over there is, stay over there. I'm good. So, got a break for lunch. And, don't want to run too overtime, but I'm going to be doing more of these. Going to shoot for once a week. Okay, Nate, did you get it all out? Did you get it out? Do you feel better? Do you feel like you got in touch with your feelings? Yes, nonsense, I feel better. Well, I hope that you can take a warm bath and, read a good book and light a candle and, some incense perhaps, and put on some soft music and learn how to relax and not tangle with people, because it's not healthy. I know, Professor. Thank you for being here. I know it's kind of hard to see the difference between me and Steve when Steve's voices are my voices. But, hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So I'll have a moment of silence for Ukraine as we fade out.